In a wrongful death case here in New York, if the person who died owned stocks and bonds, and now they are successful in the course of a lawsuit, is that going to reduce the amount that the defense will ultimately have to pay the surviving family in order to compensate them for the harms and losses? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some terrific information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. It's a gorgeous evening here in Great Neck. I'm getting all bitten up, and I wanted to share this terrific information before I really get all bitten up by these mosquitoes. The answer is no. It's not going to reduce the amount of money that the defense will ultimately have to pay to the surviving family if the family can show that they are more likely right than wrong, that the people who caused this death were at fault and were responsible for this person's untimely death. So what does that mean? Well, in every wrongful death case, there are certain claims of damages that are made. One of the important parts of the damages claim include the financial loss, that's known as pecuniary loss, to the surviving family. What was the financial loss to the family as a result of this person's death? So now, many times the defense wants to know what actual expenses this person who died had before their death. What did they pay in rent? What was their mortgage? What did they pay in the car? What did they owe? Those types of things are important for the defense to know. What do stocks and bonds have to do with the amount of compensation that the people you are suing may ultimately owe to the surviving family? The answer is nothing whatsoever. But yet the defense always wants to know whether the person who died owned any property. Did they have any assets? Did they own a home? Did they own their car? Did they have stocks or bonds? So now you might be asking yourself, if they're not really permitted to know this information, why do they ask it during pretrial testimony during the discovery phase of the lawsuit? One, they want to show to a jury during the course of trial that this person had tremendous amounts of assets, and hey, don't blame us for forcing us or compelling us to pay all this money to them. He already has tons of money. What good will additional money do the family? That's an argument they will try to make. It's an improper argument. They're not supposed to be making that type of argument. Why? Because if a jury ultimately determines that they are legally responsible for having caused or contributed to this person's death, then now they become obligated to compensate the family for all of the harms, all of the losses, all of financial losses to the family because of that person's death. And it doesn't matter whether they own stocks, whether they own bonds, whether they own real estate or property, or whether they own nothing whatsoever. So why do I share this great information with you on a beautiful night? Well, I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these wrongful death cases here in New York. You know, I'm going to head back inside right now because I'm getting all bitten up. But the bottom line is, if you're considering bringing a lawsuit and you have questions that need answers, and your matter did happen here in New York, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207. or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.